As soon as we go live, Warren, you should just start fucking with your dice.
I'm done. I'm done with my dice. I've only got the 2 now.
It should be like live action, like 45 minutes of Warren just doing dice ASMR.
It's pretty funny because like it's my D&D dice bag, so it's got like all my D20s and D12s and shit in there, and I'm just like sifting through for those D6s.
I was actually asleep in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes before we started live streaming. I just absolutely fell asleep, and it was nice, y'all.
Yeah.
I had myself a lovely little nap. So, per our tradition, it's someone's birthday. Specifically, it's Cal's birthday, or was Cal's birthday this week. He turned the ripe old age of 20 years old.
Oh, okay.
And I think we should sing to him.
Very nice.
Should we sing to him?
Does
You
anyone
need
else
to-
hear that like noise?
I hear something. Yeah.
It's like an air conditioning or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know whose it is.
Mine's been running, so I don't think mine just kicked on or anything.
Mine has been running too.
Mine's running, but I can hit mute on my mic and tell it's not me.
That's a good question. Yeah. I don't hear it now.
I was muted.
It's minor. See,
All right.
Cal, you have to learn to hide your birthday from people, and then they can't sing happy birthday to you.
Cal, do you want us to sing happy birthday to you?
Oh, that's like an issue, guys, or not. I don't. It's up to. I don't really mind.
Oh, it doesn't punish us. This isn't a punishment for us, Cal. This is what you get for being the baby.
I mean, aren't there copyright issues with that song?
Not anymore. I think that it's fair use now. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's transformative.
Yeah. Yes.
We won't put our audience through that. Okay. Let us remind everybody who is who, just in case they are just now joining us. We'll do the intros. We will go Warren, Brian, Cal, Jay. And then I will introduce myself. We'll do the recap and then we'll get into it, okay? All right. Go for it, Warren. Introduce yourself.
So I'm Warren. I am. It still says I'm playing Dennis. I want to fix that. But I am playing Obadiah Bohannon, the face of this documentary crew, on camera talent, as we try to uncover the secrets of Siren Head Island. Obadiah Bohannon is in his 30s, has kind of like an intellectual hippie look, ponytail that he pulls back, but like hair that he takes care of, but wanting to be, presented himself as like an in the field kind of person, dresses just like Bear Grylls, and is kind of a little bit of as personable as he is. He's also kind of a loony in terms of like conspiracy theorists goes, and is always packing heat. As we learned in a previous episode when he shot somebody. And then just kind of like they're still plugging forward, Anyway, Obadiah Bohannon, the Flake.
All right, go for it, Brian.
Brian, Fort Worth, Texas. I'm playing Travis Miller. He's the camera crew for this endeavor. Doesn't mind videoing heinous acts of violence and crime, like shooting people, which has a good benefit for the whole group. Early 20s, mainly just looking to capture evidence of creatures and phenomena on film rather than face them outright. And that's Travis Miller, the Snoop.
Cal. Birthday boy, old man.
Hello, everyone. I play Kristen Hale. He is the expert playbook of the group. And yeah, what his role in the documentary is basically research and make sure that the documentary is factual. And right now, he is currently the eyes, you could say, of the little group here, because he has spotted some dangerous things in the water that Obadiah may or may not be may or may not be attacked by. But yeah, that's the situation that Kristen has found himself in. So we'll see how it goes from there.
All right, Jay.
Hey, yeah, I'm Jay Cunningham. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. In this game, I'm playing Bob Townsend, which I feel like is a ridiculous name, but it's been in my head for years. Um, he is, I guess, producer backing, financial backing for the project. He originally came from this area when he was young, moved away, um, has amassed some independent wealth, and kind of want to see what's with the malaise, disappearances, just things going on with his original home. So that's what he's curious about. Um, yeah, just a clean cut guy, in his 20s. You know, kind of an asshole, but um, maybe we'll see some of that later.
And last but not least, it is I, Neve. I go by Burn Baby Burn on the internet, various interweb locales. You can find me under that handle. And I am the keeper for this aquatic themed mystery. When it comes to the recap, we have two standouts. Both Brian and Warren do recaps very well. Who wants to do it today?
I'll go. Warren got last round.
All right, go for it.
So we started out with the gentleman that Obadiah had shot, laying on the ground bleeding and going for his shotgun that he dropped. Christian managed to kick that out of the way, and we called Kimberly into the room, and she addressed the guy by name. His name was Mason Everett. Obadiah gave her the nth degree about what she knew about this guy and the risk he presented to us. Ended up calling 911, stabilized Mason. Obadiah started asking Mason some questions too, and he mentioned something along the lines of it's going to happen again. So that raised some flags with us. Officers Dale and Wayne show up. Kimberly talks to Wayne, and Bob eavesdrops on the conversation, gets noticed. And there was a little shenanigans in there, but we did find out from those officers that Bob's parents died from drowning. So there was a bit of intrigue about one of the players that we learned. We decided to interview Mason at the hospital. We called Craig, the one Uber driver in town. He's our new hero. We decided not to split the group up and went to the hospital. Travis and Bob ran interference with one of the officers, not too well. We almost got arrested, but we got out of being arrested. While the other two went inside, Christian ran interference with the front desk while Obadiah got in to see a very disturbing vision of Mason in bed with his ears bleeding due to self-inflicted wounds to his eardrums, so he couldn't hear. He told Mason or Obadiah a story about singing and to beware of singing. And Obadiah pulled curtains around, turned lights off, and left playing it off as he was asleep so he couldn't talk, because we figured at this point the police were in on it, whatever it is. A couple of us ran to the gun store to get some more guns. Apparently this is a dangerous little island. And we met up at the inn, found out when breakfast was, got our rooms, and Obadiah and Christian were the first ones there and noticed a lady drowning in the lake. So they went out to do the heroic thing and rescue her. The front desk tried to stop them, but they ran around her. And just as Obadiah was jumping into the water with some life vests to get to the poor lady, Christian noticed that lady didn't look too much like a lady. Looked somewhat robotic or puppetish. And that's where we ended.
Yep. We had left with Obadiah swimming out into the lake with those life vests, and Christian standing on the shore, prepared to intervene. I don't know. What are you going to do, Christian?
Yeah. Christian seeing this shouts out to Obadiah, "Wait, something's not right. Don't go any further."
So at this point, I'm in the water. I'm like swimming towards her, and I hear Christian say, like, stop, don't go any further. Something's not right.
I think you're like, I'm going to say you're 30 feet from shore.
Sure. I guess I'll pause and tread water and look back at him, and then look back at the lady and be like, "What are you talking about? She needs help."
Just get out of the water. Something's not right about her.
The woman is going to slip below the surface of the lake.
Let's see. I failed my my thing to see danger in this situation. So I think I'm going to presume that Christian is overly cautious here, but so I'm not going to get out of the water yet. I am going to kind of tread water a little bit. I'm going to keep swimming towards her and be like, "She went underwater. We got to get her fast."
Kristen, what do you want to do?
Out of character, does she look like she went underwater calmly, or was it?
No, she doesn't look like she went underwater calmly. She's been frantic the whole time.
Okay. Christian.
Go ahead.
Christian's going to, I think, use one of his holds that he has for that role that he did with a bad situation. The question that he wants to know is, are there any dangers we haven't noticed besides this woman in the water?
No.
No.
There are no further dangers that you haven't noticed.
Christian's just going to call out, "You need to get out of the water now."
And I can't see the woman anymore, right?
No.
I'm going to assume that my Watchman's flashlight is also waterproof because I'm dressed like Bear Grylls and I carry waterproof equipment. And I'm going to pull out my flashlight and this is a Watchman's flashlight, so it's a powerful light, right? And it's a powerful flashlight. I can bludgeon someone with it.
Are you sponsored, Warren?
This is brought to you by...
I haven't said what branded is.
Maglite brand sponsor for this episode.
Oh God. Is this like the tack light from the tack light pro?
Oh yeah, oh hell yeah. This would totally be a tack light, right? Like the kind of the metal rim that's fuck someone up if you hit him with it.
They have that Rent a Soldier always advertising the products for military use.
Yep. That's exactly what this is.
Okay.
This is a tack light. So yeah, I'm gonna pull that out and try and see if I can see this woman, because I'm not ready to give up on her. All right.
You feel something moving around your legs, Obadiah. It feels like something large. swimming beneath you in the lake.
Ew, icky.
Kristen, if you're not even moving, Joe is gonna run past you towards the boathouse to grab a canoe and start pushing it out into the water.
I think, yeah, Kristen seeing that, I think he's going to try and help Joe.
Okay. So the two of you are pushing the canoe out into the water, or attempting to get it into the water, to speed to Obadiah.
So now that there's new information, like something swimming around my legs, would there be another role to read a bad situation here?
Trying to game the system. You're gaming the system here, Warren.
No. I just want to know because, like, again, I am assuming that like this is like a freshwater lake, right?
Yes.
In near New York. I'm not thinking that like this might be an alligator or anything dangerous. So like,
So why would you
go.
read a bad situation if you don't think that this thing swimming under your feet is anything dangerous?
No, that's fair. Like, I'm not trying to game the system. I'm just like wondering if like I should keep leaning into that previous failure and I'm about to get Obadiah killed. But I'll lean into it. I'm just gonna like get my flashlight and be like, "Is that you, ma'am?" And like shine my light down and see if I can get her out of the water.
How the hell do you tread water and shine a flashlight down?
I'm holding like 3 life vests. Remember, I brought 3 life vests with me.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So like in one hand, I've got like this bundle of life vests, and then I'm just shining a flashlight. You know.
Gotcha. Okay. The light of the flashlight doesn't penetrate very far below the surface of the water.
Okay.
And then, as you're shining the light down and calling out to whatever might be below you, you feel a sharp tug under the surface of the water. Act under pressure to not drop everything that you're holding on to.
Okay.
As you are tugged.
Ooh, that is a 3. That's a 4. Yeah, I would drop everything.
Okay, mark experience, Obadiah.
Yeah. There goes my flashlight.
You get what?
Man, I got that special order.
Your initials on it.
3 payments of $99.95 or whatever.
It wasn't that expensive. It would have been $9.95. 3 payments of $9.95. But they promised me it was like a real military flashlight.
Seeing what happens is it got wet and stopped working because it wasn't really waterproof because it was made in China.
All right, so I let go of the life vests and I dropped my flashlight. And since it was a tug, I'm guessing I get pulled underwater.
You do.
Okay.
You feel like someone is holding onto your ankles, Obadiah, pulling you both towards the center of the lake and deeper underwater.
Okay. Oh gosh, you tell me if this will be appropriate. There is a flake ability called Often Overlooked. When I act all crazy to avoid something, I can be regarded as either unthreatening or unimportant.
No.
Okay.
That has more to do with like law enforcement or minions being suspicious of you, not like active monster attacks.
Sure.
Okay.
That's all right.
I
guess I would try to kick some ass to get away from this person. Is that how that works?
The water,
or to be act under pressure?
Well, the water is dark. You can barely see anything at all. The only sensory input you have is the very dim, very filtered moonlight coming from above you, letting you know which way is up. You can try to escape with an act under pressure roll, or you could try
Okay.
to kick some ass. But remember, when you kick some ass, the thing also kicks your ass.
Yeah, I think I would probably do act under pressure to try to escape because I think it's just a drowning lady, and I'm not trying to like hurt her. I'm just trying to not get drowned with her.
Okay? Kick some, or I mean, act under pressure.
It's a 7.
Okay, it's a mixed success.
Okay.
A hard choice or a price to pay. You've already lost your flashlight. What else is there for a man to lose?
Well, I do have a holdout pistol specifically holstered on my ankle. So if it's grabbing me around the ankle, like maybe that strap as I'm
Okay.
kicking loose comes off and I lose my holdout pistol.
I'm okay with that. That sounds good.
All right.
So Obadiah is desperate to escape the clutches of whatever's holding onto him, which he, of course, assumes to just be a frantic, panicking, drowning woman. The hands certainly feel humanoid. You kick your legs frantically, moving slightly towards the surface, but the woman grabs a hold of what you think is a holster for your weapon. You continue to kick, and eventually you slip free, but your gun disappears below the surface of the water. You're able to break the surface, and you see Kristen and Joe frantically paddling towards you in a canoe.
Yeah, I would start swimming towards them.
Kristen, why don't you act under pressure to see if you can reach him before he goes down again?
Is an 8.
I saw that. Hard choice or a price to pay? What do we think?
Go with a hard choice.
So, what might that be? We got to get to Obadiah quickly. How about if Joe is attempting to, steady herself on the boat and keep herself steady, but also attempting to reach out and like extend the paddle of the canoe towards Obadiah in the hope of bringing him in. And over she goes into the drink. You need to pick either Obadiah or you need to pick Joe.
I think we are Yeah, we're great. Obviously.
Obadiah was not very nice to you, Kristen.
That is true, but he doesn't deserve for that. And maybe
And Joe does?
Kristen doesn't know Joe too well. Saves Obadiah. He can, I'm sorry, but like we don't know each other. I know Obadiah, and maybe if I did a relationship, I'm sorry, I don't control. It's got to be.
Okay.
You could spend a luck point. You could have done that, man. But no, way to go. You're very heroic, Kristen. So Kristen sees Joe floundering, struggling to swim in her, now water saturated professional wear, and working hard to keep her head above the water. She reaches out to you, Kristen, yelling for you to pull her into the boat. But instead, Kristen continues to paddle and in 2 broad strokes grabs Obadiah and pulls Obadiah into the boat. Joe disappears below the surface of the water.
Okay. So
The
it being
canoe
dark,
is floating
and-
in silence.
I was gonna say, like, it being dark, and me being like in the water, kind of frantically swimming, I probably only had like a vague idea of like what just happened, and so like in the like getting struggling and flopping into the canoe, it probably rocking quite a bit, and then as it's like trying to steady, I'm like looking around and be like, wait, I thought wasn't that lady Joe with you? Where is she? And I'm like sitting up frantically, like looking around.
Look, I think whoever it was, it must have got her. It was a split decision. I had to pick between you or her. There was nothing I could do.
Whatever it was, it's that lady. Like, look, like, where are they? Like, we can pull them out. We just got to be careful not to go in ourselves. And like, I'm gonna like look around.
That lady was faking it. She wasn't drowning. When I was looking at her movements were robotic. They weren't actually real. Trust me, I've seen people drowning before. That wasn't it.
What do you mean you've seen people drowning before?
Don't ask.
He takes women out to the lake to drown them all the time. What?
That was one of them. You ruined it.
We need to focus on getting out of the water.
So I can tell when someone's lying, and so seeing that he is telling the truth about what he thinks he saw, and also me being very conspiracy minded, I will take this a little bit more seriously. That this may not have been a drowning woman, and I will not get ready to get out of the water, but instead I will draw my pistol that I still have, and I will.
How many fucking guns did you have?
I had two. This is my normal one, the one that's in my waistband, and then I had my holdout one around my ankle. This is the one I shot that other guy with, Mason Stone. Wait, no, not Stone. Mason
Everett.
Mason.
Yeah.
Mason Everett. Yeah.
Everett.
But yeah, this is the one I shot Mason Everett with.
Okay, so
The cops let me keep it. I don't know why.
excellent. Congratulations. You draw your waterlogged pistol that you still have pulled up.
This is a 9mm. It'll be fine. I say this with no knowledge, but this is a Beretta. It'll totally work like after it's been in the water.
I'm looking it up. I don't believe
Okay.
you. I don't know.
Guns are fairly resilient in water nowadays.
Will
Yeah.
a Beretta work if it's wet? What is this? What are these fucking search results? Never mind. We're not gonna go down that rabbit hole because gun searches yield some interesting results, and I'm already on a list from the
Okay.
whole like everything I've searched for Detroit by Night.
Gotcha.
If it gets muddy or something like that, that would hinder its ability to fire. But being wet in and of itself won't stop a gun from firing.
All right. Well,
There you go. And he's from Texas. You can count on that.
We all carry at least 2 pistols.
That's right.
all right. I feel like this is somehow like a hate crime to have this conversation, so I think we should just keep going.
All right.
Okay.
So I pull my pistol, which will function perfectly, even though I've been in the water. And I like narrow my eyes as like trying to find these, what I hope are just, merely drowning ladies, but now I'm suspicious since
What
Christian
are you
seems
suspicious
to be.
of? He did say she looked robotic, Obadiah.
I think there's robots here. This is an android invasion.
That's a conspiracy.
That's a conspiracy, yeah. I think that she's like a government drone meant to spy on the people in this community, and they're testing out this weapon.
QAnon finally knew where you were going and sent their drones after you.
That's right.
Good thing you have your 9mm gun to fight the robots, Obadiah.
That's right.
Are you getting in the boat?
I pull it out as a precaution.
Okay, what are we gonna do? Joe does not resurface, nor does the drowning lady.
Is Obadiah
The water
in the
is
boat?
silent. Yes. You and Obadiah are both in the boat. The surface of the lake is quiet. Meanwhile, Craig, who has been chauffeuring around Travis and Bob to purchase weapons, now drop you off.
Yeah, we probably picked up a pizza on the way back to share, for everybody because we're nice guys, right?
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah, they got some good New York style pizza here. Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? Want some pizza?
All right. So you enter into the Siren Head Inn, and there is no one at the front desk.
Oh,
This normal for your island? I'll ring the little bell.
I mean, it's pretty dead. I'm not too surprised, I'll be honest.
No one responds.
I'll send a message to our buddies. Hey, what rooms are we in? You got keys? Y'all here already?
Sadly, my phone was waterlogged. But what? Oh, I guess I would tell Christian like to paddle. Like I want to get the other oar that fell in the water, the other paddle, so that we could both have a paddle. And I guess at this point, I would start like yelling. I would reholster my pistol since something immediately jumped out of the water at me. And then since we both have a paddle now, I just start calling out or yelling for these for Joe and that other mysterious lady. I'd be like, Joe, lady.
There is no reply, but Travis and Bob do hear Obadiah yelling from the rear of the property.
Oh, yeah. What the hell? I'm just gonna go and start jogging in that direction.
I'll look behind the desk, see if there's anything like a flashlight or something, like it's dark outside.
No, there's no flashlight behind the desk. We're
don't
not
know.
all Obadiah walking around with
Clearly.
2 pistols and a flashlight.
You give us all tack lights, right?
Right. Next on our shopping list. We'll go run it out back. I'll break out my camera flash that I can turn on, use it as a makeshift light.
Yeah.
Obadiah and Kristen are sitting in the boat.
What the fuck is going on?
And yeah, I guess I see them and I'd yell back. It's like, something pulled Joe under the water, and there was a lady out here drowning, but we don't know what. Something weird's going on, man. But Joe's under the water right now. The front desk lady. The front desk lady is under the water.
Oh,
something tried to pull me under.
We need to get out.
On hearing this, I pull my camera out and get my light going. All right, come on in.
Yeah. Get to the edge of the dock, man. But don't go in the water.
I am going to call 911 because we do have 2 confirmed people under the water.
Definitely do that. Definitely do that. Let's get some help out here.
Man, they're going to take us to jail.
That might happen.
Can you just paddle back? They're gone by now, surely.
Look, we don't know that. All right. Come on, we gotta find her. We can't leave her out there. All right.
I am not staying in this ocean. Paddle. Get to at least.
No, we're in a lake, buddy. We're in a lake or a pond or something. We're in a lake, right?
A lake.
Okay.
Can we just get out of this lake?
Look, we have to find that lady.
We can once we reconvene.
Reconvene? We gotta get her out of the water.
Each other. We are stranded right now. We need to get
out. The life vests that I brought are floating right over there. Let's at least get those so that if she does pop out of the water, we can throw those to her. All right? Come on, let's paddle over there and get those at least.
Are you even what do you think? Two people just conveniently struggled to swim.
I don't think there's anything convenient about this. I think we got to save this lady.
You have a way with words, Cal. I've seen people drown before. Two people just conveniently drown. Wait a minute.
This is a horror game. I just want to remind everyone this is supposed to be a horror game.
I guess I will be trying. I guess I should do a roll because I am trying to manipulate him to.
Yes, manipulate a
come with
person.
Yeah. All right. All right, that's 6. So yeah,
That's a failure.
that is a failure.
Do you want to spend luck on that, Obadiah?
No,
Okay.
no, I don't.
I didn't think so. Okay.
Listen to your expert.
Yeah.
All right. So, what are you attempting to manipulate him to do? Give him your pitch, and Cal, you mark experience if you do the opposite.
So I am going to. I'm telling Cal that like, look, we have to go. We have to find this lady. All right. Those life vests that are floating right over there. I'm not saying that we have to get close to them. If we tie those together, we make a floating line that we can throw out without getting near them. All right. But we just gotta find them. So let's get those life vests and let's find them.
Something strikes the boat from below.
You see, something as
You're right. All right. Look, obviously something is underneath the water. Okay.
It's robots.
But I mean, there's a robot underneath the water. But we're not in the water, so we're safe. Right? It lured me into the water.
What? Not even a boat, a canoe. Tipped over. Can we please start pedaling?
Look, we have to get her out.
Kristen is not doing what you say. So Kristen, mark experience and then begin paddling. You're the one with the paddles. Kristen,
No, we each have a paddle.
Oh, you let him keep it? Why'd you let him keep it when you used it to pull him in?
No. Like, remember I said that, like, because you said that she dropped one when she fell in.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, I picked that one up.
Gotcha. But they both had 2 sets of oars.
Okay.
So he's got 2 oars. You've got 1 oar.
Wait, if she had 2 sets, why wouldn't I have the other one too?
Yeah, you have. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so you have 1. She was extending 1 to you to try to get you to grab it. Yeah, the oar math is not mathing. So, yes, you would have both oars.
And, like, I would point out that if this has, like, 2 sets of fixed oars, this is probably a rowboat and not a canoe, which is going to have a much wider base and not tip as easily as a canoe.
Hey, you know what? Not all of us were Boy Scouts.
Right, Boy Scout.
18 years.
This is true.
What a... Thank you.
Your oar paddle semantics don't belong here.
Thank you. That was really helpful and definitely added to the adventure. Thank you.
I'm just saying, like, it changed. It's theater of the mind. All right, we gotta paint the picture. What?
How many oars canoe? You can have a 2-person canoe.
Yeah, I know.
That where everybody has oars. Like, everybody has oars.
I don't know that it's a canoe, but all right.
You know what? I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I can't believe, we're having this conversation. But you made it an issue.
Let's get the facts.
Well, don't look up the definition of oar because it says it's used exclusively for rowing.
Okay. You know what?
I may have been a lifeguard.
Here is what. Hang on. This is the riveting, the riveting gameplay that we are known for. I am sharing my screen.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
So,
Which one are we looking at?
like something like this, only instead of the one paddle, there's two.
Okay, yeah, but those are paddles. Those aren't oars.
This is a canoe,
Yeah,
and this
that's a
has
canoe.
paddles
correct.
/ oars. So are we fighting
No.
about? Are we fighting about
It's
whether
definitely
these
oars.
things are?
It's the semantics of oars versus paddles. And
Right.
oars on a rowboat or paddles what you have in a canoe or a kayak.
Well,
Right. So, well, here's the thing. This is my understanding of what oars are. Oars like have that ring that they slide into, so that it's like
Why-
a fixed point
why are we doing
on
this?
the boat.
To get it
Whereas
out of our
a paddle
system.
is like, yeah, a paddle is
See,
like
we-
handheld completely.
Oh,
We didn't
God.
do this before the start, so
One
Yeah.
person is still watching this.
All right.
that's me.
Good. Excellent.
But back to it. So you have less paddling power than Christian has.
Well, not if I've got both. We've got equal paddling power. With our oars, which are slid into these rings, fixed points on the canoe.
If you want to call them paddles, I don't care. You can call them paddles, Warren. I'll give it to you.
All right. Then they're paddles. And
Sure.
So we would, well, no, they would have to be oars because, like, you couldn't use two paddles at once. You could only use two oars at once.
It could be a double paddle like a kayak.
But it'd still be one thing.
Yeah, that would be one thing. I do think that he means oars and that we mean oars.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what
All
I
right,
think we mean.
Okay.
Thank
so
God.
we each got.
Wow, we've really. I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
Well, I feel like it was important because I had a different picture in my head when we because when you said he has two, I was like, wait, how would he have two? Like, why would he have two paddles? And I have one.
Does it matter? But we've now resolved the important issues. The
Okay.
lady is probably drowned. After
You're right.
This exchange.
I feel like this
hope it
didn't
was-
happen in character.
I know.
Yeah.
But also, you guys did have like a 4-minute fight about whether to save the lady.
Yeah.
Even though she was under the water.
All right. So something bumped the boat.
It's a canoe.
Sure, it's a canoe.
The water vessel. Are you happy?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So something bumped the boat, and yeah, I guess still not wanting to necessarily give up on this lady, but also like, yeah, okay, let's get back to shore.
Okay. Sounds good. I think you're already paddling, aren't you, Christian?
Already.
I will join the effort.
Circles.
Okay. Well, Kristen didn't lose any of his paddles / oars because he selfishly did not extend any of them to Obadiah or anyone else for that matter. So there was never an issue here for Kristen. We're paddling back to shore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Travis, you're filming.
Yes.
Okay. Bob, what are you doing?
I guess I'm just waiting for them to get back. I called 911. I feel kind of helpless here. People drowned.
Well, there is only one ambulance for the island.
Sure.
And you guys have already been involved in one emergency today. And you literally just got here. So,
After visiting a gun store.
Fuck.
let's get back to the shore. Let's have Obadiah and Kristen return back to the shore. What are we gonna do? What do we want to tell 911, and what do we want to have an interaction with one another?
Yeah, so I guess getting back to the shore, like pulling the boat onto the shore, and then I'm soaking wet, but also like I still don't want to leave these people completely. So I will, confirm with Bob that he called 911, and then I'll turn to Travis and I'll be like, see if you can, get a view of like what might be in there, man. Something bumped our boat. This would be an opportunity, right, to like get some footage of whatever the fuck's in there, but also like we should find out what is in there, because like I don't know anything that should be in a lake like this big enough to pull anyone under.
Right. I'll turn my camera off right now. I've gotten footage of y'all out there paddling that. Maybe I got something on there that I didn't notice, but I'm only going to be able to see stuff on the surface. It's too dark.
Yeah.
Well, wait.
Pull people under. I don't. There's nothing in that lake. That doesn't make any sense. Surely you.
Well, like
Joe, you felt.
No, this is before Joe came in the water. Like I went. All right. So look, here's what happened. We got to our room. I was looking out the window. We heard like splashing, and there was like some lady thrashing around like she was drowning. We ran outside. Joe tried to stop us from going outside. We ran around her. We went outside. I jumped in the water with some life vests to try and save this lady. And then Kristen was telling me that there was something wrong. The lady went under. I couldn't see her. I was looking around through my flashlight. Something grabbed me. I dropped my flashlight, and I was kicking and trying to get away. They were grabbing me around my ankle, around my ankle holster. Sorry, you're muted,
Yeah.
so I couldn't hear anything.
I want to stop because we don't need to recapitulate everything that happened, right? Like
Sure.
we don't need to do that in game. What information do we want to pass along to Bob? Like, what is the gist of the information we want to exchange? And is there anything important or new that we'd like to add here? Does anybody want to weigh in or put forth any theories or anything like that? Or as opposed, just so we're not repeating information that everybody already knows.
Kristen would mention the meat that was tossed into the water as they arrived, and he would say, maybe those predators or some, I don't know, something in the water that could maybe some kind of fish.
There are no predators in this lake. It doesn't make any sense. We don't get crocodiles up here.
Well, you haven't been here in a long time. You might have them now. There's invasive species all over the place.
That's true. I remember that movie Lake Placid. There could be some crazy lady feeding crocodiles here.
It could also be a trot line of fishing stuff that catches your feet under the water. They usually leave those floating just under the surface too.
Gotta be it,
dude. This ripped my ankle holster off. Like this was a tug. This wasn't like my foot got caught.
All right. Well,
I mean, we're out of the water now.
Submersible.
I mean, yeah. So that's a good idea, actually. That would be some good footage if we could get in there.
We don't have the budget for that.
I don't know what these things cost.
Hello, Google. We've already.
I was about to say, like, dude, Ocean Gate like sold their tickets for $250,000 a piece for a reason.
All right. Most importantly, what are we going to tell the police?
I mean,
And how are we going to get into our rooms? Is there like a backup employee for this hotel?
You can purchase a small underwater drone from $1,000 to $10,000. That's not a manned submersible, but it is a little drone.
yeah, that's doable.
Look, I dropped my light. If the water's not too deep, we should be able to see it, like some of the light coming through. Look, fuck. I'm gonna look around for like something I can make like a drag with, like a rope and like a gardening tool or something.
Hey,
dredge.
You can Google. Once someone goes under the surface, you're not going to find them or get them. That they're going to be dead. You're going to be coming for bodies.
I think.
And plus, this is something you'd want to do during the day.
Do we need a drone? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, we can get one of those later.
If the police will let us do it, which they probably will, because they're fucking idiots.
Christian has the power preparedness. When you need something unusual or rare, roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, you have it here right now. On a 79, you'll have it, but not here. It'll sometimes you get it. On a miss, you know what it is, but it's somewhere real bad.
Kristen is starting to get weirder and weirder and weirder. He's like, I've seen people drown. And then he's just got an underwater drone.
He's like, I watched it with my drone.
All right. Roll for preparedness, my guy. My back hurts today.
Oh, shit.
That's a 12.
He's got one.
Where? Where do you have an underwater drone?
12. Wow.
I
God.
think Kristen runs back to the hotel that we were staying at. And he has sort of where he was putting his boots down, he has sort of a backpack. He opens it and it's a nice, rare underwater drone. He runs back quickly and hands it to Obadiah.
Okay, calm down. Drones usually don't fit in a backpack if they're like expensive drones. They're usually like I'm saying this with no scale here, but they're at least like the width of my shoulders plus some. And my torso would not fit in your backpack.
I mean, maybe he had like maybe he had a luggage. I don't know.
Okay.
You had it shipped out in advance.
Sure.
Low-priced underwater drones. I want to see how big these things are. You got the Mini S.
Now we're going to terrorize the pools.
Anybody who watches this is why I edit these episodes.
This is true.
Because as we start getting involved in the story, we end up Googling things and it becomes like sticking points.
This thing is not huge.
How big is it?
Holy shit. It's only 15 inches long. It's 15 inches by 9 inches by 6 inches. No, I'll link it to you. This is like, it's got a camera in it and everything.
What's the range on it?
This can dive to 330 feet, 660-foot radius away from your controller.
All right.
Boom. There you go. I could totally fit in a backpack.
Hey, I think Warren went behind our backs and got a bunch of sponsors, and that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Hey, I haven't said the brand or shared it online or anything.
We are sponsored. Yeah, thanks to the Kaisia 5 Fish and 5 Vivo underwater drones for sponsoring this episode.
A 3.6 rating.
Well, I'm sure most underwater drones are still limited by camera visibility, and in most lakes, your visibility is like 3 feet.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just say you have a suitcase. Let's just say Kristen has a suitcase.
That makes
So
sense.
we have at least a substantial drone. Something that doesn't fit in a backpack. All right.
Yeah. He's got a rollaway. That's fine.
That's an interesting thing to put in your suitcase, but whatever. Okay.
He's prepared.
Kristen is weird. I don't know. Okay, Kristen.
All right.
You've got a drone. It has a small light on it. Are you going to deploy your drone now?
The group. Do you want me to do it now, or do you want to wait until the morning?
I mean,
What
if
do you hope to find now?
The people, the bodies. I don't want to say bodies, but I don't think that maybe there's some chance that they're still alive, but
There's no chance they're still alive at this point.
I mean, if it had time to prepare and lots of coaching, maybe, but I don't think that counts here.
well, maybe we can try and figure out what caused this, what was down there, and use that as footage.
Nighttime is going to be probably still your worst time to do that. The sun is your best source of vision. Plus, the police are going to have a lot more questions if you go throw a drone in the water.
Yeah.
What kind of sick person are you, drowning poor women and videoing them under the man?
Yeah, go put that away before they get here.
Right. Here, put my gun in your room too.
It was pulling me towards the center of it was pulling me out to the water. It was
that's key.
Yeah.
Okay. The emergency services arrive. It's just two people. You've seen them before. They're the same two EMTs that showed up before. One of them is not even wearing their EMT uniform. They're just dressed in ordinary clothes.
So yeah, I guess we'll meet them out by the driveway, and then start walking around the back, just saying it's back here. These there's two women are in the water and they haven't come out yet.
They don't have any rescue equipment. 911. The best that they could do is to call Wayne and see if Wayne wants to bring the police boat out, get the police boat in the water, and see if they can find Joe. Do you tell them there were two women?
Yeah, I tell them everything. It's a story I'll probably have to tell again to the police, but yeah, I'll tell them everything. Went in to save someone, Joe came out, Joe went under, can't find either of them.
To your surprise, Obadiah, they don't have any further questions for you about there being an unknown woman in the water. They don't ask you what she looked like. They don't ask you what she was wearing. They just look to one another and nod at each other and say, well, there goes Joe.
I mean, it's a tragedy, but we got to get her out of there, right? We got to find her.
I mean, not tonight. I don't.
You don't need 911. This is a dead body retrieval. I guess I'll get on the phone to Joe's daughter.
Yeah. Thanks for taking care of that, I guess. I'm gonna pull. I guess Christian's our researcher, but Bob knows this place. Christian and I are gonna have to talk to Wayne anyway. I want to pull Bob aside and just say, maybe we can find out who that woman was. Go look at the guest book of this place, and see who's here, see who's still here, hasn't checked out.
Okay, it's not a terrible idea. I'll go check if I can find a guest book.
The last people who were here were a couple. Amanda and Riley. And they checked out 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't see anybody. There's no one here. Lots of people left 2 weeks ago.
That's so weird. Joe told us she only had the 2 rooms for us.
There's but the 2 rooms in this whole place.
Are there more than 2 rooms?
Are there? I guess I think so.
There
Yeah.
are only 2 suites.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There are other rooms, but they're much smaller. And they wanted. Kimberly had specifically requested that you guys have suites.
Okay, so we were the only guests checked in at the time.
Yes.
I think we need to go in there with the drone tomorrow when we have light. See what we can see. I mean, if there's something in the water, that's good footage. I don't think the police are going to say anything to us.
Did the police want to talk to us tonight or just come tomorrow?
Yeah. Wayne will come out to take statements.
All right, yeah. I mean, I tell him everything that I remember. I don't lie to Wayne right now.
Did the woman say anything? Did you hear her say anything to you?
No, she was just splashing around real erratically.
But you didn't hear anything.
No, but I saw her. I mean, it was a woman.
And the woman, physical characteristics, anything like that?
I mean, not that I really noticed. Warren is having trouble remember. Did she have like red hair?
It was too dark to see. It looked like her hair was long, dark, damp.
Okay, yeah. So she had like long hair. I was in a rush to just go in and help her. But my friend says that she was moving kind of weird, like her movements were erratic.
He doesn't write anything you say down except about Joe. So when you're describing this mystery woman, he doesn't take any notes. He doesn't write down the robotic movement. And you say Joe went out in this rowboat out to the center of the lake. In response to you maybe going for a swim.
No, that's not what I was saying. I was saying that like this lady was drowning, and I went in to save her, and Joe came in with my friend Joe, and my friend and Joe came out in the boat to get me out of the water after something had like tried to pull me under.
Gotcha. You thought you saw someone drowning, so you swam out to try to rescue this person that you thought you saw drowning.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely more accurate.
And then Joe got in the boat and began rowing out towards you. With this guy over here, he says, gesturing in the direction of Kristen. And then she fell into the water and drowned.
Yeah, well, she went under, so like I don't know if something pulled her under.
What was she wearing when she went into the water, Joe?
Well, I'll describe to him what she was wearing because like I saw what she was wearing whenever we walked in.
He writes down "death by misadventure" in his notebook and underlines it.
Okay. I already know the police are shady, so I'm not going to question that now. I don't need to point that out. I fucking know what that means. I'll be like, yeah. This has been an exhausting. I'm tired. I think I'm ready to go to bed. Get out of these wet clothes, you know.
Sounds good. We'll get a boat out here to search for whatever's left of Joe.
What do you mean, whatever's left? I mean, what kind of fish would be out here to eat her?
Oh, you know how fish are, scavengers, those kind of things. Lake trout. And
I'm like, narrow eyes. I know he's lying. I don't even have to use the spit.
yeah,
And I'll
he's
be like,
lying.
okay. Yeah. I'm like, okay. Uh, that's real. That's interesting. I didn't think that y'all had such big fish out here.
Oh yeah, in the lake, there's no natural predators for anything that wants to live in that lake. So anything that gets in and manages to, stay alive, can get real big, get real hungry.
Well, that's good to know. We'll definitely be more careful.
You should do that. Don't go for any more late night swims, he says, and he's going to walk to Kristen. And what did you see?
So I saw the woman there. She was, to me, it felt like a performance that she was pretending to drown. So as Obadiah, my friend here, was swimming towards her, I called out and I said, "Wait, don't," because I thought, it might have been some kind of, I don't know, it just didn't feel right for me. I felt like my friend was in danger himself. And then Joe came running out with a canoe. I helped her. We got in, we swam out towards Obadiah to try and help him. And by the time we got there, Joe fell into the water, and I was helping Obadiah out as she fell in.
Yeah, so you thought you saw a woman as well.
Yes.
Are you familiar with swans?
Swans. Yes.
They're big birds. A lot of people don't appreciate how big swans are.
I'm
They're
pretty
all.
sure I'm pretty sure I can tell the difference between a swan and a person.
Oh, can you? How far away were you?
I was on the dock.
Not much natural light out here.
I saw, and it wasn't a swan.
I know. People who have witnessed traumatic occurrences frequently, get convinced of what they saw. But yeah, the swans sometimes come down here, swim around at night, grab surface fishes. And the way that they flutter their wings and stretch their wings, it can sometimes look like somebody flailing about. I'm sure you and that other city boy over there, he says, pointing, gesturing behind him to Obadiah, saw this swan. You thought it was a person and
But
started rowing
Joe
out.
Joe got pulled in, and something hit our boat as we were inside of it.
Lake trout. Lake trout get really big in these parts. Very aggressive fish. So what was Joe wearing when Joe got into the boat? Was she full dress, like pants, blazer, shoes, jewelry?
From what Christian could remember, does he remember what exactly
Yeah.
attribute wise? Yeah.
See it all the time. All the time. Those clothes are not meant for swimming. Poor Joe. And then he snaps his notebook closed and begins walking back towards his car.
I'll put a hand on Christian to stop him from like pursuing the cop to ask to clarify things because I feel like Christian was about to.
He was.
And I'll just kind of whisper to him, like, "Look, I think look at the footage we got today."
Okay, yeah. What are we going to do about this hotel? Are we still going to live here?
I mean, it's either here or in that, the almost murder house.
But no one's running it. We won't get breakfast. We won't.
Important things.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, man, no one's gonna make breakfast like, on. I feel like I can hear someone's dishwasher. Okay.
Not mine.
It's-
I muted.
Yeah.
We won't get food.
He's gonna the cops, like the EMT said he's gonna call. Will come and make breakfast. I'm sure that after
Her mother died.
Yeah. So, priorities. Let's just worry about where we're going to sleep, which is, I think, here right now.
I feel like walking back to the house in the dark with these fucking crazies on this island, right?
Okay.
Island madness.
Yeah.
And let's look at the footage that we got. Let's see
if we can get a sense, because like Travis got something underneath the piers earlier. So let's see what he got to look at.
Okay. So, do we retire to the rooms? Are we splitting a room? Are we like sleeping on the floor? Like,
I think we're still like splitting the
style?
room. No, I'm gonna want to like. I think we can comfortably sleep two to a room, but for now we'll all gather in the room so we can look at the video footage.
Okay. You have a move for this, don't you, Travis?
Yes, I do.
Also, I just realized Travis's pronouns are they, them. And I have been referring to him with he, him pronouns. I did not realize that.
That's fine.
I'm sorry about that. They're only on his character sheet on Roll20, and I almost never look at those for this stream. My bad. We have all been doing it. We've been misgendering Travis, which is a mistake.
Hey, we're a little stressed out right now. It's understandable.
That's true.
But yes, I do have a move just for that, Cold. We will fix it in post.
All right, give us the roll. Investigate a mystery.
And just think, guys, we have the whole run of the hotel now.
That's true. There's no other guests. We can go. We can have our own work.
We can make our own breakfast. Maybe they even have a hotel vehicle.
Oh God, yeah.
All right, not a good roll. That's 5, 6, 7.
That is one question using your footage. We use the flexible option, so you can go ahead and ask a question of your own design.
Well, I do still like the what sort of creature is it?
I don't think you've gotten a full view of it yet, but you have seen the flash of the very large, strangely colorful tail. And then when you look at the footage that you took from the dock tonight, aimed towards the boat, and you slow it down, you see what looks like a human hand breaking the surface of the water and pushing Obadiah's end of the boat up, attempting to destabilize the craft.
Oh.
Yeah, hang on. I don't know what happened. There we go. We're back.
Okay. So I guess
I'll
last
point
part
the hand
again.
out.
All right. Oh. Shit. That is interesting. So there was someone under the water.
Maybe that woman that was pretending to drown, like serial killer. Maybe she's responsible for these drownings.
That would require an awfully large level of swimming ability, and I don't.
I mean, if she has the equipment,
Are you saying she was like scuba diving or something? Because I mean, no one can hold their breath that long unless they're like perfectly still and just oxygenated.
I don't know, but what else could it be?
I mean, it's a dead body. It's somebody who drowned. It's underneath the water, just floating, right?
You know, we're talking about this.
Well,
It's just floating. Like, how would it have enough force to tip the boat?
no.
I mean, you're seeing an illusion. You're just seeing the hand move and the boat tip. It's nothing. I mean, it's just a dead body.
If it was floating,
I have a suspicious mind. Is Bob lying to me? Does he know more than he lets on?
No, Bob is just trying to rationalize.
Okay.
He's not.
All right.
He's not trying to lie.
All right. So we're
we don't know what it is. We need more information, but we know there's something, and we've got credit. We've got information that shows your grabbing of the ankle and removing of your gun holster is legitimate.
Yeah.
What has large tail fins and human hands? Does anybody want to make that jump? That's all
I'm
you
not
can
ready.
do it.
The Little Mermaid.
It's Ariel in there.
I mean, I guess you know what. I'll do investigate a mystery roll, and we'll see if ask about what sort of creature is it. That is 9. So I get 1 hold. Yes, I will ask. What sort of creature is it?
Well, you know something about it. It's not on film. It looked like a woman, Obadiah.
Yeah.
It
All right.
grabbed you with human hands, and whatever was at the pier had a very long tail and large, brightly colored tail fins.
All right. So I'm going to turn to the group, and I'm just going to be like, look, let's just put this all together. All right. Christian. What
Looked like a woman.
Like drowning, right? Okay. It was like a person's hand. Like I thought it was just a drowning woman, right? But they were like pulling me quite strongly underneath the water and quite quickly towards the center of the lake. Like whatever was pulling me was able to like swim really fast and really strongly with like a person's hand. And then at the dock, right, is
This big old tail.
and
I'm just gonna say it.
mermaids. Oh, wait, let me get the aliens guy hands. Mermaids. All right. Mermaids.
I could pull that off, but I don't think you could, Warren. But there.
I am editing out that whole discussion about rowboats. Just
Sure, that's fine. That's fair.
Right.
So yeah, I mean like mermaids, and
Right.
and with the fucking like when Mason right was out of his mind in the hospital, he was telling me that he heard people singing, and he told us, and he said that we're gonna hear people singing, like we're gonna hear singing that's like, and he stabbed his ears out to avoid that singing. And what are mermaids known for?
What are they singing? Because the worst music in the world. I'm not gonna shove something in my ears to. No, that's horrible. The man was crazy.
It could be Nickelback.
Yeah,
True.
Look, I'm not saying that. Like, I know how crazy this sounds. Like, we don't have all the hard evidence, and this only fits if all these things are connected and fit together. But I'm just saying, if all these things are connected together, what does that look like? It looks like a mermaid.
All right. So it's been a long day, right? We're all tired. We've shot some people. We've drowned some women. Let's get some rest. We got a goddamn water drone. I have a camera drone. We can run footage over this lake and see if we catch anything that's a little more concrete.
Oh yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Like this is gonna be the fucking footage of a lifetime. Like we are on the cusp of something incredible.
Of what are we really on? What is this story? We went from disturbing an ill person in a hospital, and you recorded it for some reason. You recorded and you showed me it, and now you want to what? Basically research this lake.
Yeah, dude, if there's mermaids here, we got to get that on footage. Like that is going to be
launch this
documentary like into the world stage.
Since when are mermaids in lakes?
Get an interview.
What mermaids don't go in lakes? Why am I entertaining this nonsense? But
what do you mean mermaids don't live in lakes? Like no one knows
they live in the ocean.
They might still be fictional, but like if
am I the only
they're here?
One here? We're talking about mermaids.
Yeah, look, Christian, Doc. We agree that what we saw. What do you think it was? Because you told me that something wasn't right.
I already said what it was. I said it was possibly maybe a woman that was trying to kill, maybe responsible for the drownings. Maybe they've got a plot going on. I don't know.
You're right, man.
But I'm not jumping to the superstitious.
No. I'm not saying this is it have to be like mermaids, like a mythical creature. For all we know, you're right, and that it's a woman like pretending to be a mermaid. There's all kinds of ways they could. But the point is, it looks like a mermaid. So there's a story here.
Hey, Christian, you never know. Industrial waste could be getting dumped here, and we don't know about it. It could be giant mutant fish with arms and hair. We'll find out.
Open your mind, man.
One person just died in this lake, and you want to just, not even 24 hours after their death, you want to just document it?
Well, how else are we going to find out the truth? Like, if we don't find out the truth, then like she's just going to be forgotten. Dude, that fucking cop didn't even write down that we saw a woman. All right, like if we don't uncover the truth, it's just going to get buried.
I mean, it's clearly not mermaids, right? But it's something. Cops are shady as shit around here. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I think it behooves us to try to find out.
Look, it may not be mermaids, but whatever it is, wants it to look like mermaids. And that is interesting.
All right, so let's get some sleep. Hunt it down in the morning.
All right, Christian, you're a researcher. I want you to find out about mermaids. All right. Before you, like, I know, we're not. I'm not. I agree that it doesn't mean that they're real. But again, if they want to look like mermaids, if they're trying to make it look like mermaids, it behooves us to know everything that there's to know about mermaids, right?
I will send everyone a mermaid emoji.
Also, and maybe also look up robo mermaids.
Right?
Hey.
Androids, weapons that.
Yeah.
Look, if we know all there is to know about mermaids, then we know the kind of things to look for that they're going to need to replicate to make. This is going to leave us a trail to follow.
No one knows about mermaids. If mermaids exist, no one really knows. But no one's going to put that information out on the internet that you can actually look it up and find out information about. You can find all sorts of conflicting stuff, right? So, I mean, mermaids are this, they're that, there's something else.
What do people think they know about?
I know this. What I'm talking about is what people think they know about mermaids.
If I wanted to do a documentary about Bigfoot,
I know that like there's no real look at, but
there's things that
people think they know about Bigfoot, and we would research that. I'm saying Christian, our researchers, should research what people think they know about.
Fair
mermaids.
enough. Fair enough. All right. Okay. Fair enough.
I believe in you, Christian. You're our best researcher.
as well as creatures that could be mistaken for mermaids.
Yeah, like swans, and I'll like roll my eyes.
Lake trout.
Lake trout.
Or trout. Yeah, Christian, why don't you research lake trout and see if you still think that like, that's what we're dealing with.
They can get to a
Kristen,
mass of
So
40
get out of
pounds.
these-
I really need to get some sleep.
Kristen, do you want to research lake trout, or do you want him to make a manipulate a person roll? Or mermaids, I mean.
Research lake trout.
Shows up in the morning with a fishing pole and some bait.
Do I need to do a manipulate a person roll?
No. Christian would do it only just to show that he's done it, that he's done his work, so long as he's getting paid for it.
Wait,
Hey, okay.
get points on the back end.
Hey, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Christian's going to say, you're going to need to pay me for the additional do on mermaids.
Hey, we noticed the cut. We negotiated a cut of the profits for the documentary.
Do you
Yeah,
know
man.
how big lake trout get?
They can get
How big
pretty
did we
big.
catch her? Okay, how
Did you
big?
look it up?
I did.
How big do they get?
They can get up to 50 inches and 102 pounds.
It's big.
Do they have person hands?
Lake trout.
What,
No.
what's scarier is alligator
don't.
trout.
They don't. They don't have person hands, to my knowledge.
All right.
But
then.
now I know what I'm photoshopping.
Gotcha.
All right, cool. Everybody is going to go to bed now, right? Get some
Yeah.
rest.
Get some identify where the food is so we can get some food in the morning
Okay.
where they keep it, and then
I think that Obadiah is paranoid enough now that he's like really digging into this mermaid thing that he is going to wear earplugs, which obviously he's got because he carries guns. So he's going to wear earplugs to bed.
Okay, I didn't immediately put it together, but I'm like, oh yeah, guns. When you fire your gun, you want to make sure you have your earplugs in.
when
Yeah.
possible.
In what circumstances, though, in which you're using like your ankle pistol or your
Right.
little Beretta, are you going to stop and put your earplugs in first?
Oh no, like it's not like obviously I didn't have time to do it in the house, but if you think you're going to be using your gun, you would probably put earplugs in.
Gotcha. Okay.
I do carry a pair on my keychain.
There you go.
Okay. So you're sleeping with earplugs in. How about you, Travis?
No, I haven't seen anything I'm not paranoid like Obadiah is. I don't have a tinfoil hat on either. I'll clarify that too.
Christian, how about you?
Yeah.
Okay. And I know Bob is not
No,
sleeping with earplugs in.
no, he's not.
Are we doing any research, Christian?
You can show what Obadiah that he's done this. He will research.
I want to do a little research as well.
All right.
Mine's not going to be on the mermaid. It's going to be on the lady who stayed here and died, Candace Fry, what room she stayed in, what information they might have on her here.
Okay. Both of you roll to investigate a mystery.
8.
Kristen, you are our researcher.
Oh,
12. Hell yeah, Kristen.
Since he's wanting to disprove mermaids.
Okay. I will give you two flexible option questions, one general and one specific, or you could ask any of this one specified. as investigative mystery questions.
You're muted, by the way.
Okay,
Cal,
sorry.
you're muted.
Yeah, sorry. Get 2 questions. Is that right?
Yep. If you use flexible option, you can get 1 general and 1 specific. Or you could ask any of the specific ones.
I think the most important one that Christian would be looking at is what can it do? What can a mermaid do?
Are you sure you want to use that? And also, I misspoke. You get 2 general questions or 1 specific question. Are you sure you want to ask that question? What do we all sort of collectively know mermaids can do?
Yeah,
Look
we know.
underwater?
Yeah, and underwater.
They can. They sing, cause ships to wreck with their singing. They occasionally drown sailors in stories. They live underwater. We know what they look like.
If you can find something specific, where would they be living underwater?
Yeah,
Where do they tend to nest? Or
where did it go? I think.
They're freshwater mermaids.
Yeah, I mean, I still think what can it do might be a valuable one, just because like are they mind controlling some people, right? Not just drowning them, but like are there people that are like enthralled to them somehow, right? I don't know, but these are Cal's questions.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that what can they do can be made to work and maybe yield some sort of dividends. I don't know if you're going to be able to find any information about where mermaids live specifically in like or on the internet, anything more than like in the water.
Maybe what can hurt it?
What can hurt it? If conventional weapons can do anything?
You find a website run by a local. The only thing that you can find about him on this website, and it's one of those old like blogspot websites, the only thing that you can find about him is that his name is HS and he was a historian. On his blogspot website, which he dedicates to anomalous activity on Siren Head, he caught something in the propeller of his boat. And it seemed to be significantly damaged. The propeller of the boat just tore it to pieces. He recovered what he could out of the water, and he has pictures of it, but they don't look real. They look like parts of a tail, and they look like something vaguely humanoid, at least based on what is left of it.
so we need to rent boats that have big propellers and a lot of them.
Okay.
So that was one question, and then I don't. Did you say what your second question was going to be?
I, what has been concealed here isn't really one that can work. Was going to do, or yeah, we obviously know what was going to do. We know what sort of creature it is out of character. Yeah, I feel like because I took the general option, I feel like the only one I maybe some lesser known abilities that maybe it can do, like
When you asked what can it do, that's not a general question, right? A general question would be like, can mermaids mind control? I tend to think of a general question as like yes or no, or a question about the entirety of some kind of monster class. Have there been any reports of this creature being sighted here? That's a yes or no question. Um, a specific question is a question that requires something more than a yes or no to answer. But since you used the sort of standard investigate a mystery questions as opposed to like formulating your own, it's just two of those questions. I don't want to mix flexible alternative with the standard questions. So do you want to keep that one hold?
yeah, I'll keep it for now.
Okay, Travis, remind me what you rolled.
8. 8.
That's one general question or one question from the list?
What room did she stay in?
How are you finding this out?
Front desk.
Okay, so you're going to actually snoop into the guest book.
Yes.
That's what you're snooping. It is the first floor, room 103. Definitely not a suite.
All right. I'll take note of that and share it with everybody via text. We can look into it the next day or whenever.
Okay. The next, Wayne and Dale are out with the police boat. By the time you guys awaken, you can see out the window that they've already recovered a body from the lake. It's laying on the shore covered by a tarp. And they are talking amongst each other. There's also a cheerful knock on the door, Obadiah.
Yeah, I throw on my jammies and go answer the door.
It's Kimberly.
Oh, hey, hi, Kimberly.
Hi. Obadiah, I'm so sorry about this. You've had such a traumatic stay in our little town. I brought you guys some breakfast.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been interesting for sure. Hold on, my Bluetooth just turned off for some reason.
That noise stopped when your Bluetooth stopped. It's the sirens. They're doing it.
Still can't hear anything just yet. Sorry.
Okay, let us know when you can hear again. I say, speaking.
Mhm.
I will type. Are we good now? I can't hear you if you're talking, Warren. We can't hear you.
Oh, he is left.
Well, there's our tech malfunction for the evening.
It was bound to happen.
I agree. It always happens one way or the other. Oh, there he is. Can you hear
Yeah.
us?
You're muted though.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Now can
There
you
we
hear me?
go. Yeah, we
Okay.
hear you
Oh
now.
yeah, a lot of background noise, but I can hear you.
A lot of background noise.
Yeah.
Try turning down my gain. Is that better?
That works. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's better. Okay.
Well, sorry about that.
I hope you guys like bacon.
Yeah, we do. I mean, I like bacon. You got bacon for us?
I have bacon, eggs, hash browns. I even brought you guys some coffee, she says, holding up a drink. Like one of the drink carriers.
And she's telling us the truth, right? She's not about to feed me people and call it bacon.
She
It's
is,
rabbits.
she is telling me the truth.
Okay, good.
I
But
thought you
that
guys might
sounds-
be hungry.
That sounds lovely. Let me get dressed and I'll meet y'all downstairs.
Yeah, make sure you bring the guys too. Get the whole group together.
Yeah, of course. I'll knock on, the doors.
So she's going to head downstairs to the dining room where Joanne would have been serving you breakfast this morning if she was not currently laying on the shore covered by a tarp.
Yeah, I'll get dressed and wake everyone up. Make sure my pistol is holstered in my waistband, tucked under my shirt. Earbuds in my pocket if I need them.
As you inform us what's going on, I'll get a little bit of footage of the discreetly of the lake and the body with the tarp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess if they found a body, they would have found a mermaid, right? If there was a mermaid, surely.
What? Why? Why would you think that?
I mean, you gotta search pretty hard for a body, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. For all anyone knows, just floating on the surface.
Maybe.
Now, someone who's sneaky and crafty, if they could get up close and get that tarp off of that body, that might be interesting.
Well, you want to get footage of Joe, or do you think it might not be Joe?
We don't know.
Except Kimberly's waiting for you downstairs with breakfast. Wow, how convenient.
Yeah, let's go eat.
I'll get my camera set up and just leave it recording and leave it covered by curtains so that if there is anything to be caught, it might get caught while we're out.
So, how is the camera going to shoot if the camera is covered by curtains?
It's just covered by curtains from our side, so nobody can see it if they open the door.
Ah, gotcha. But somebody could theoretically look up at the window and see the camera shooting from
Potentially.
the shore. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'll put it off to a corner, try to get it at an angle so it wouldn't be too easy to see, but yeah, it'd be visible to someone who's looking for it.
Okay. So we're going to head downstairs and eat breakfast with Kimberly.
Yep.
Wow, I'm so sorry that you guys are going through all of this trouble. Our little town hasn't been kind to you.
it's things happen, and we understand that, and you know, um, this just kind of uh, this is just this just means we have to uncover the truth. Like we can't leave with like such with just tragedy. Like we need to uncover the mystery and the majesty of this place.
What angle do you guys intend on going with for this little tragedy?
Um, I mean, I think the angle here is like how much this community cares about people, right? Like, Joe came out because she thought I was in trouble. She didn't stay on the shore. She wasn't just watching from the pier and I'll look at Christian. Like, she got a boat and she came out. And yeah, so I think that's like the story here is that, these people care. This community cares. They're
Right.
willing to risk themselves.
They sure do. I heard from Wayne and Dale that they're open to doing interviews and provided that they get to sign off on them. Correct?
Yeah, that was something we discussed.
Excellent. Do you intend to include anything else in your story aside from Joe's tragic death?
Well, of course, but I mean, like, that's what we're here. There's so much more to find out. You know, we need to find like we're here to look at what's going on in the lake, right? Like, what kind of interesting things are here, and so we're not done fact finding. So
Kimberly,
yeah, there's definitely going to be things that we report on besides Joe's death.
Kimberly, is there something you would does like us not to cover?
Look, we would very much like to not include a bunch of ghost stories in this documentary. We are trying to reassure potential residents and potential tourists that our little town is a safe place to come and raise your children.
Well, look, yeah, I agree with that actually. Like, we're not here to tell ghost stories either. This is not Ghost Adventures. You know, we're not gonna look at a mote of dust floating in front of the camera and call it a ghost or anything like that. But Kimberly, like, we do need to find out the truth of this place because as it doesn't matter what kind of picture we paint, people can look at the numbers of like people that drown here, and if they don't have a good reason to think that it's not going to happen to them, they're going to stay away. So like we got to find out the reasons for that so people can think, okay, well I see why that happened, but that's not going to, you know what I mean?
Well, and the police gave us great information on that. I had no idea swans would make noise in the water at night. And if people are going out thinking that's somebody drowning, that might be a big source of people drowning in the lake.
Yeah, that's true. Like, that's something that we can report on how, like, that the for whatever reason, like, things like there are circumstances that might occur that people need to be aware of, and that's what we're looking to do, is just to find out the truth. And if people are armed with the truth, then they'll feel safer.
Swans?
That's what Officer Wayne told us.
Yeah,
Swans
you've
can
got
make
swans
noise.
here, right? That's swans that make noise and lure people into the water. I mean, not lure people into the water, but people might think swans are something else.
I think that's theoretically possible.
She doesn't like think that sounds true at all, does she?
She does think it's theoretically possible that somebody
But
could
yeah,
see a swan in the water and think it's a person.
yeah, and so like that's what I mean. Like, that's one of the theories that have been put out there, and all we need to do is find as much evidence as we can to find out what actually happened.
The swan thing sounds pretty plausible. You guys are from the city, not really familiar with the local wildlife. Maybe you
Yeah,
saw
so
a swan.
we'll go. we'll go find where these swans' nests are, and we'll get some footage of them, some nice B-roll, and like that can like help bolster the theory that that's what happened. Do you know where the swans might be around here? I'm gonna see if she knows anything. Like this is just bullshit.
No, I'm not much of a bird watcher. I don't know where the swan's nest. You should ask Wayne.
Okay. Yeah, we'll find them. Yeah, we'll find the swans for sure.
I think they live in the woods.
Kimberly, I gotta say, it was a little unusual. My friends here tell me that that they almost felt like there's something dangerous in the water. You hear any rumors about that? Anything going on?
Lake trout.
Lake trout. Okay.
Those are the lake trout.
Okay.
Obadiah, it's not lake trout.
No, I know. Yeah.
But you should stay out of the water. You do know lake trout can sometimes drown grown men.
I mean, that's not something that I had heard, but
1828. A little boat went down just off Drowning Rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Seamus
isn't Drowning
Flatter-
Rocks in the ocean?
Yeah. These were
Those are ocean trout.
yeah. They're related species. He went down, got attacked by the lake trout.
In the ocean.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, well, help us out with this, Kimberly. Like, if you want this, place to be it's an island. I mean, how, like, if they can't go swimming in the water, I mean, what are we going to tell them? What do you want to tell them about, like, living here if they can't go swimming in the water?
The ocean is perfectly safe.
But what about the ocean trout or the lake trout in the ocean?
They're
I would
most,
they're
most
do this
active.
motion to Travis to like start recording this with something.
They're most active around the Drowning Rocks. They seem to like that rocky environment. As long as people are respectful of our multiple environments, she's going to smile at the camera, then they're perfectly safe. If you look at the records of drowning deaths, you can see that they do cluster in that area. In fact,
so people just stay away from that area, they'll be fine.
She'll reach into her purse and pull out a map of drownings. So it's color coded with red, orange, yellow, so on and so forth, indicating density of drowning deaths. Overwhelmingly, the number of drownings do cluster around the Drowning Rocks. And also in the lake.
Okay, so no swimming in the lake.
I wouldn't. Boating is fine during the day, but lake trout are very active at night.
Okay.
So are the swans.
Is the fishing good around here? Like, can you catch a lot of lake trout? I mean, is it good eating?
You can certainly try to catch a lake trout in the lake. But they're very evasive.
I mean, they didn't seem particularly evasive. They came right up to the boat.
That's at night.
Okay.
At night, they get very aggressive. These lake trout.
So that's like the best time to fish then.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't fish at night because when the lake trout are very aggressive and the swans are out, you can really get into a bit of a problem.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, this is all good information. Like you said, like if we arm people with the truth, then they'll feel safer.
Yeah, and we don't even have licenses to fish here, so we're not going to fish. Don't worry about us.
Are you gentlemen still coming out with me to the Drowning Rocks?
Well, that was the plan, right?
Yeah, I think we got to check in with Wayne, or Daryl, just to because we were present when the terrible incident happened, and just see if they have any other questions for us. But then, yes, when did you want to go out there?
I think we should go out. How about sundown?
I thought that was when the lake/ocean trout got most aggressive.
Well, as long as we still have the sun up, we should be both okay to see the unique ecosystem of drowning rocks and also safe from the enormous trout.
Okay, is she lying about our safety?
She's not lying about your safety, no.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, I mean, yeah. So you think so? Like, we'll leave a little bit before sundown so that we, catch the shots around sundown, and we're back on shore before the sun sets.
We definitely don't want to be near those rocks after the sun goes down.
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree with that. Not with all those trout out there.
Right.
And yeah, okay. Well, we'll go check in with Wayne and Daryl, and then you'll just pick us up when it's time to go.
Of course, yes. I'll be happy to. If you need me to ferry you around to other places, I'm happy to do that. Also, I made this list of residents you might want to interview for your little documentary.
Oh, that'd be very helpful.
Right.
And she slides the list across to you, Obadiah.
If you got a list of businesses, we'd like to prop some of those up too. Like good places to eat, stuff like that, crafts, all that good stuff.
Oh, of course. I'm happy to do that. She's going to scribble a few names down on the list.
This is excellent.
There you go.
Well, we're going to relax a little bit since we're not leaving until sundown. We're going to make sure that we're well rested and energized for that trip today. So I'll let you know if we need anything before then. But is there anything that we need to bring to be prepared?
Can all of you swim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marginally. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Definitely want to have a vest on if we go out on a sea craft,
Yeah, of course. But I mean, we're not going to get in the water because of all the trout.
Right, the trout.
Yeah, but we want to take precautions if we have non-swimmers with us, so forth.
Well, I'm going to leave you gentlemen to enjoy your day. If you need any transportation, I'm happy to drive you around. Just give me a ring, she says.
All right. I'm going to excuse myself to go to the bathroom. I'm going to head up back to the suite, and I'm going to go grab the SD card out of my camera and put a blank one in there and swap the battery out with a dead one. And then leave it.
Nice. I'm going to slide this list of people over to Bob and be like, take a look at this. Bob, who is not on this list that is important in this town that we should be talking to?
I'll take a look. Well, Neva, what do you think? Anyone I would see that's not?
3 of them are from the tourist board. One of them is the mayor. There are 2 local business owners, specifically the one who sells fishing supplies, boating goods, things like that. You don't see anyone on here who would actually earn their living near the water. Everybody on the tourism board works white-collar jobs or is retired. The mayor obviously is not out fishing off the coast of the island. The boating goods owner, well, he has a vested interest in people continuing to head out on the water. And the other business owner is another little market that essentially functions as a catch-all.
I mean, these are names we should talk to, but they don't really help us right now. No.
Don't forget your one friend Mark's fan. He has a mother and a sister that still live in the area. The one that drowned when you were in high school, or
Yeah,
when
well, I mean,
the
that's
sailor.
all
We found that
knows.
out from a sailor.
Yeah, that was the ferry operator who had a
Yeah.
friend who drowned while he was in high school. He had a ramp up of his mental illness symptoms.
Yeah, well, I mean, like Kimberly's serving us up a whole lot of bullshit, and so I'm guessing that anyone that she wants to talk to is also going to be serving us up the same line of bullshit. So that's why I wanted you to look at this list and tell me who's missing. But it sounds like, from what you're telling me, like she's not wanting us to talk to anyone that's actually near the water.
No, she does not. At least as it appears.
Okay. So we got to talk to some people that are near the water that might actually know what's up.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And I'm thinking, from
Go ahead.
Christian's research, fishermen sound like a great source of information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there has to be some like social pariahs that just stick to themselves in this town and just fish. There has to be, some like people that are not as close to the society. Every town or village has one of those.
Like, so I was finding some indigent fisherman and asking him about this stuff. I don't know. Maybe.
Hey, the goal, we get tons of footage, fix it in post.
Okay.
the local crazy is a man named Herman Smalls. Once upon a time, he was a historian and he used to work at the library. But he got increasingly bizarre.
Yeah, I want to get some information from these folks. And, hit the bullshit artists once we have some, gotcha facts to hit them with.
Are we going to use our little ocean drone, our little water drone that we have?
Yeah, I predict that if we pull that out on this sunset cruise, that Kimberly's not going to like it. But what can she tell us to do? Like,
I meant on the lake. Once
Yeah, I was thinking.
police leave.
Yeah, that's what I was
that's a
thinking.
good idea.
Yeah.
We'll use that
All right,
and the
so-
aerial drone. We'll see what all we can see.
Okay.
well, all right. How about Travis and I go talk to a fisherman? What was his name? Something Smalls? Howard Smalls?
Herman
Herman.
Smalls. He's
Herman
a historian, not a fisherman necessarily.
All right, we'll go talk to Herman Smalls. Get some good footage. Christian, you can handle the drones, right?
Yeah, the drone would be an issue.
All right, and Bob, you can help with the drones.
Sure. I've done that before.
Sure.
When has Bob? You know what? Never mind. We're not gonna.
I just don't want to leave Christian by himself.
Yeah.
Bob's got these little drones. Like you get them from Amazon, like $500.
Right.
Okay.
Drones are pretty simple.
The aerial ones, yeah.
Yeah, they self-stabilize
It's-
themselves and all that. You just move them around with a stick, up and down, left, right, all that.
Since this is Christian's underwater drone, I'm assuming he can handle it.
Yes. Christian and Bob are staying here, and Travis and Obadiah are headed off to go interview the locals.
Yeah.
Split the party.
Does this hotel like rent bicycles so that we can get around without bothering Craig?
No, they don't rent bicycles, but there is a bike. It might have been Joanna's.
Is it? There's only one.
Mm-hmm. You sure you don't want to? You can walk it.
Oh, it's not far.
It is an island. Well, you're trying to find an indigent historian, right? You're trying to find
Yes.
the town, quote unquote, crazy. The
Right. Well,
town
Bob
eccentric.
should know where he is, right? Because he's there. He's been there for a while.
Yeah, he will occasionally go down by the water to fish for food.
Well, actually, this is better then is Bob and Obadiah go, since Bob, I don't want to get lost in this creepy town. And then Travis, I can film this interview on my cell phone, like setting up a camera and pushing play, like I can do that.
Yeah.
Let Travis and Christian handle the drones. Bob and I will go find this historian.
Sounds good. So I want to stay with Christian and Travis for this scene. It takes the cops about an hour to finish up with what they are doing to cart Joanna's body away. You never get a look at it in person, but once they're gone, you have the lake to yourself. You return back to your room to fetch your drone. It's one of those bright yellow ocean / hydro drones, and you cart it down to the pier and slip it into the water. All tests indicate go. Where are you aiming this, Christian?
Probably aiming it towards the center of the lake.
Okay. So you begin to pilot the drone out to deeper water. You get about midway to the midway point in the lake, theoretically where the water is deepest. It certainly seems to be the darkest part of the water. You catch a glimpse of something moving. Act under pressure to stay with it. Okay. So Christian is able to pilot the drone after whatever is moving. And the glimpse of what is under the surface of the water is astounding. The thing that swims past the drone superficially appears human. It has 2 arms, breasts similar to a human woman, and long hair that billows about. You realize it's not actually hair, it's more like filaments. Something you would see on a frilled fish. It looks like hair, it mimics hair, but it isn't. And the face of the creature is as alien as it is beautiful. The nose is flattened almost perfectly depressed onto the face. The eyes are big, intended to reflect low light, but it has a very delicate human-like mouth. However, the thing is not unaware that it is being observed. And in an explosion of violence, it lunges towards the drone. You see sharp claws interfering with the view screen, followed by a fracture and then the signal from the drone falls away. Your screen reports an error, but at least you got the shot. So the price to pay is your drone is dead. The end. Cliffhanger. We've got a mermaid on camera. I will say this. You guys argue a lot. This should be called Monster of the Week, the ongoing argument. All right, let's do experience.
Right.
Did we save anybody from certain death or worse?
I mean, they saved Obadiah, but that's about it.
No.
Okay.
No, they condemned
Joe
more
died.
people to death. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we learn anything new and important about the world?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We learned that there's mermaids.
There's mermaids.
And they're violent.
And they're violent. They're violent towards drones.
Mm-hmm.
And Obadiah's and Joe's.
Yep.
Yes, they certainly seem to be aggressive, almost as aggressive as lake trout.
Yes.
Almost.
We learned that lake trout are a real problem.
Those are demon fish.
Yeah, we learned that Siren Head has a serious issue with night
Trout.
swans and lake trout.
Lake trout in the ocean.
They're probably battling on that lake. The swans and the trout. It's a war.
Oh, no.
Exactly. What did you walk into? All right. Did we learn anything new and important about a hunter?
Yeah, we learned that Christian's like kind of a psycho. Like,
Yeah. Just drowning people and videotaping it.
Conveniently.
yeah.
We conveniently have people
drowns
drown.
people.
Did we learn that he's a psycho, or did we just learn that he's weird? But like all of Cal's characters are weird, so I don't know.
Like, and on a serious note, like, how many people has Christian? Like, did we actually learn something like about his tragic?
No, he was just referring to being in a pool because he does swim a lot. He's drowned before, like not be saved, but he's not seen anyone right before drowning.
Oh, so he's actually seen anyone drown. Like,
He's
die
seen
from drowning.
people be
Okay.
rescued, I think,
Yeah.
from drowning.
Okay. All right.
He doesn't put the water and just kind of monitor.
I don't think we did learn anything new and important about a hunter. All right, so that is one box of experience, y'all. Did anybody level up?
Yep, I did.
Okay, do you know what you want?
No, I see these check boxes for take a move from another playbook, so I'm gonna have to figure out what all that is, and if I can find something useful there.
Okay, well, bye, person who is watching us, who is Brian. Oh, and other person. I shall see you later. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Join us again when we have a conversation about mermaids in the lake
/ oars.
Well, and we head out to Drowning Rocks.
Monster of the Week and the ongoing argument. Yes. All right. Bye.
Hi.
Bye.
All right.